Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, we got to go ahead and talk about growing up hip hop real quick. I do feel like this episode was much better than the last episode, girl, the last few episodes. Let's be very honest and let's be very clear about that, okay? I'm just pulling up my notes over here so that we could go ahead and chat about some of the things, okay? Just a few things, okay? Let me go ahead and make this big. Ugh, girl, let's get into what the people was talking about and what was going on. All right. In the meantime, definitely come on in. Be sure to like the video if you have yet to like the video. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel, all that other great jazz. But let's talk about it. So the show starts off with Bree and Sakoya. Okay, Bree wants to get the girls together to get to know each other a little better. So at the end, at some point of the episode, she is going to have a Bree's gauntlet. Okay, where a few of the ladies are going to come together, and what she meant to be well actually ended up not going so well, okay? And we'll talk about that, all right? Now, Sequoia talks about Cree. She says that she was talking about Cree like she didn't see. This is my issue with Sequoia. And as much as I mean, make no mistakes about it. I like me some Cree. I like me some Sequoia. I like me some Brianna. I like me some everybody on the show. Girl, Messy E, we're just listen. But outside of that, you know what I'm saying? I pretty much like the whole cast. You know what I'm saying? If it's boring, I blame the producers and maybe a few of the cast members too. But anyway, let's get to it. So, Koya, what irritates me just a little bit was the fact that you sat up there and said that you was ready to move forward when it came down to whatever was going on with you and Cree. But then you get up there with Brianna and then you want to sit up there and shade the girl. And that I don't necessarily like because you're making it seem like Cree actually came for you. I don't think Cree was coming for you in that moment. I think that Cree was giving unwanted advice. I do think that, but I don't think that she was coming for you or that she gave a shady comment, as you would say. It just seems like you want to find a reason to have, like a beef or something with her, right? Now, I will say I don't know. I'm not going to say she came for you, but I will say towards the end, when we get to the Brianna's gauntlet, I will say that she definitely gave you a shady comment. I will agree at that. Ooh, girl, not about to knock the mic over, but I will agree at that time, but not where, you felt like she was giving you one last week. So I have to disagree with that, okay? I felt like Cree was actually trying to connect with you. And she just didn't do a great job of connecting because, again, that advice was just unwanted. You weren't trying to necessarily hear that, especially when you really did not dive deeper into what the situation was regarding your parents. You know what I'm saying? So she just kind of gave her unwanted opinion and it left you feeling away. Got it. All right. But I feel like that's on you that you felt the way. Not so much as on her for you to say that she gave you, that she gave you a, shady comment. Girl, I got so much going on over here. Girl, I forgot I had this earpiece in, honey. I'm doing this, doing that. Girl, God, so let me get this together, okay? JoJo, he's working on I guess like a creative company where they kind of dive into, I guess, the branding, rebranding, or whatever when it comes to cannabis and other things. So basically, he has this company that is based out of LA. I think he said it's 3 and 4, and he wants to relocate there because that's what his wife wants. But then there is a bit of hesitancy, and I understand that because if that's your base, which is New York, that's all you know since you've grown up, it's going to be difficult for you to uproot your whole family and then move to an entirely new coast. Maybe a new city, okay, will be all right, and maybe even a new state, but a new coast, yeah, that's a big difference, right? And yeah, I understand. I understand. Okay. So he isn't sure. He knows it's something that his wife wants, something he wants, but not sure if they're necessarily ready for that change at this time. So we'll see how that's going to play out. Let's get to Sam. I know how a lot of people want to rag on Sam. I can't say I'm going to rag on him a lot. Okay. So y'all go ahead. Feel free to eat it up in the comments. Honey, feel away. Have a great day. Go ahead and say what you got to say in the comments. Okay. I'm just going to keep it a book. All right. If it goes in Sam's favor, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. So, Sam, the music you playing, baby, this Sam attack, let it go. Yeah, that could probably be your name, Sam attack, I guess. But this music, it's not giving. Okay, the music you trying to get to the people is not giving. All right, how you making music for other people that sound better than the music you doing for yourself? That's a problem. Okay, so absolutely not. I don't know if you need to change your flow, if you need to change the beat, if you need to change your tone, your sound. Okay, it's weird because it's like you're trying to mix hip hop with a little bit of, I guess that's what you would call rock and roll or like hard rock. What's the group called? Kiss with the stuff on their face or whatever. It's like you're trying to mix hip hop and that together. You know what I'm saying? That's like you're forcing it, and I don't necessarily like that. That's like calling Egypt Treppa because her mama is Peppa and her daddy is Tretch. Like, I don't even know why Tretch allowed her to bring that type of shit to the forefront. So you see how y'all trying to force that on us? You're trying to force Treppa on us. You're trying to force Egypt's career on us, okay? Y'all already forcing y'all together as a couple on us. You know what I'm saying? So let's not force anything else, okay? Let's wrap that up. Let's not. So when you came around and you said that you don't feel like people are gonna like your music, because I guess it's you doing your music, I'm so glad you came to that conclusion. Because number one, ultimately, number one, the music is horrible. And even if it is you, that's you, I feel like people could stomach your music a little better if the music was good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand that BIT, but his music good or whatever, right? But then at the same time, I think that you're extremely accurate because there are a ton of people that's not going to support you because of you. And I kind of felt slick bad for you in that moment, but also understanding that you created this space that you're in. And I feel like you were driven by the attention and the fame and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you were out here doing a whole lot of, because that's what you thought the people wanted to see. And that's what the producers were likely guiding you to do. I don't know. But whatever it was, you showed us a side of you that a lot of people don't really like and don't really fuck with. But I think now that you see life is getting a bit more real for you, if you've never seen it before, I don't know. Okay. But now what it looks like is now that it seems like life may be getting a bit more real for you, you're trying to make a few changes. You feel what I'm saying as far as like the direction in careers, things that you're trying to do. Primarily, I feel like it's this case that's looming over your head that probably is giving you a bit of awakening. And the conversation that you had with Tresh, although you didn't like how Tresh talked to you, you deserve that conversation because Tresh deserved to eat you up in every single facet. Do you understand? So when Tresh was over there eating you accordingly, I think it triggered something in your spirit and it made you feel away. And now you're in this mode where you feel that you have to prove yourself. And I do feel like you do. Okay? You do. So that's where you are. All right? What's his name? Lazy Bone and Messy E came to the studio and they ended up listening to some music that Sam made for Egypt. Actually, I have to be honest, Sam, you did a great job on that. I actually liked the song, but in all honesty, I don't see that being a record for Egypt. Possibly because you could hear Egypt singing on the song, but as far as performing, I think one, she needs to, work on her performing skills because it's not that great. But more importantly, because she's about to have this child, and this is a pretty good record, I think if you sold this record to a bigger artist, it would go. I do. I think you should sell that song to a bigger artist. I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody. I don't know. First person coming to my head is Ariana Grande, and I know that's wrong. So I can't think of somebody else because I don't really listen to that type of music. So, but I do think if you sold it to somebody else that's bigger audience, whatever, bigger artist, I think that it would work. Because again, you also have to understand if people are not listening to your song because it's you, you have to also understand that they may not listen to Egypt's as well because it's her. Just because her parents are who they are does not mean that we're going to just jump on board and support and like her music. You feel what I'm saying? I just don't see her standing on her own. I see her still being babyfied and all this other stuff. I just don't see her as an artist. I feel like she's trying to discover herself, find out who she is, and in the phase of that, she is just grasping for straws and following behind whatever it is her parents are doing. It's not an uncommon thing. I feel like a lot of people whose parents are in the music industry, they typically do that because obviously their parents can guide them and that's what they've been around all of their lives. But just because you've been around that don't mean that you should do that. You feel what I'm saying? Some people's parents been out here doing drugs or whatever, girl, and that don't mean you should do that. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, you gotta do that. Go find your own way. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. What else do I have here? So he's working on a food truck. He wants to do that. And he's deciding that he's not necessarily going to be doing like food for real. He's going to be doing a snow cone truck, right? So Eric is listening to this. And in all honesty, I feel like Eric is a miserable person. And I just think that he's not as happy as he can be, which is why he stays over in Gamble Land, right? I just feel like Eric just got a lot of stuff going on, and I think he enjoys when people are in turmoil. I think he enjoys when I can't even explain it. It's just like Eric to me is one of those people that if you really want something for yourself, don't share it with Eric. Don't you, I feel like Eric is one of those people that make dry hate underneath his nose type thing. Like, I hope he don't even get that, or I hope this that. Like, I don't know. I mean, we only see a few minutes of him for real, but I just something about Eric I don't really trust like that, Messy E. So I don't know. He sat up there and said that Sam shouldn't do it. He don't think this is a good idea. Of course, he got this looming case and everything, but I feel like this. One thing about cases can take a very long time to resolve. Some people probably still sitting around waiting for a case to take place that probably happened in early 2020. So if you're able to get something up and rolling or whatever, and then get a business partner maybe that you can trust to get your dad or whoever, even Tretch, I don't know, somebody that you can add in. I would say Egypt, but she's about to have the child, but you still could include her, somebody that could keep that business rolling in should, if and when you get locked up. Like, I see nothing wrong with him getting started. He gonna have to do something. Why sit around and just wait to find out, oh, I got this case looming over my head, like I'm probably going to be sentenced, I'm just going to wait that out. Then he going to get dragged for that. So he comes out better just creating a plan, trying to do something to get money now because he has a child that's on the way before he's sentenced or before whatever happens, he really knows what his fate is. Get the ball rolling now if you can. Why not? And then explain, share the business with somebody else. So should you have to step away from it, they can still keep things going and your family can still eat from it. Like, I just don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I do think that it's dumb as hell for him to be riding around with certain type of weapons and for him to be riding around with weed, whatever it is, where you already know you got this trouble over your head. Okay. So it's like, get it together. And if you're still doing ignorant stuff like that, and this took place after you were already in trouble and got a case, you deserve whatever happens to you because you're just operating in pure stupidity. You feel what I'm saying? But if you want to go and start a food truck and do your thing, go for it. What's this guy's name from the tattoo Black Ink, Compton or whatever? I can't, Emil, Jimmy, I don't know what the boy name is, but either way it goes, he was doing tattoos. Now, I don't know if he's ever been in trouble with the law. I cannot recall that, but I do know that I know a lot of people may think snow cone's not gonna bring a lot of money. It's gonna bring something. He gonna have to get out there and make it shake. And the first person I thought about was the guy from Black Ink Compton who was doing tattoos, but then he also started his own similar like snow cone or icy food truck or whatever it was that he started. And he and his wife had already had their child, okay, or either was pregnant. She was pregnant while he was doing this, and he continued to be successful even after she had the child. And then they ended up getting pregnant with another child, but he continued to do his business. The show gave him great exposure out there in the LA area, and he continued to, like, show up for different kids parties and stuff and do stuff for other celebs and all this other stuff. So his business is doing well on top of him being able to still be a successful tattoo artist, and they don't tell him what else he gonna get into. So when I see that, I see the potential, in my personal opinion, for Sam to make that happen, but he gotta really honor what he say. And we did see later on in the episode where Sam is actually out here selling those snow cones. So I'm like, okay, he out here making money, and he's explaining to Tyran how much money he can make and how much money he's made so far. So I'm like, well, if that's what you got to do, get out there and just get you some buckets of ice cream, put them scoops on the thing. Here you go, sell it. Here you go. That sound real quick and easy to me, because long as you got you a food truck permit, and I don't know how it works out there in LA, and you are in the clearance and in the clear to post your food truck up in certain areas, you're likely bound to get especially during the summertime when the spring rolls around and he goes out there near them beaches or whatever. That's going to be bang. They may make enough money between, I would say, March and maybe October, that's going to cover whatever other months that they're not working, or maybe I won't say not working, but not needed as much. Okay. So that will be maybe October, November, December, January, February. So they make, they, like 5 months. They probably make a whole lot during that time to cover them on top of them working on the show. So anyway, moral of the story is, I feel like Eric is a dry hater. I feel like if anybody is saying like, oh, well, he needs to, wait and get this case behind him, ain't no telling how long it's going to take for this case to make some movement. So he needs to focus also on getting this money for your family. So should the judge also need to consider sentencing or whatever, as we saw in the previews, you can let him know, or at least your attorney can let him know some of the things that you have been working on to improve yourself out here to be a better citizen or whatever. Maybe he'll take that into consideration when it comes down to sentencing you. He may sentence you to probation of 3 years. I don't damn know. But again, if you can get the ball rolling, as we see, get the ball rolling and make a move. Like, it is what it is. Like, I know sometimes what I don't like about viewers is sometimes when we dislike people, we like to stay in that space of disliking them forever, as if a person doesn't have a right to kind of grow. Now, granted, I do understand that it's yet to be seen, Sam's growth. He is having to prove that to us, but I'm gonna give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt when it come down to this Stokon truck, because he had to sit up there and tell Trish that he was gonna make a move on something, and it's clear that he's making money on it. So you do what you gotta do, child. Get that coin in for the baby drop here. Okay, so do what you can. All right, so I'm not mad at that. Eric, while you over there trying to tell Sam what he needs to be worried about and what he need to be focused on, or whatever the case is, you need to be focused on your coin and using your coin and the kids' money down there at the casino. Okay, losing all the kids' money. I want to say the church's money, but you have enough children, if you ask me. Okay, using the kids' money down there to the casino. You feel what I'm saying? Because all that extra weight and stuff, I'm not saying you ain't pulling your weight at the house, but understand, when you over there taking L's at the casino table, it's affected Aaliyah and them kids, and I don't like that. You feel what I'm saying? And it's so crazy. You be running from your business so much. That's what I don't like. I'm glad that they let us into Eric's house, because I feel like we haven't seen that. I'm glad that they let us into him and his life of going to the casino, because it seems like you trying to run away from your life for whatever reason, and whatever you got going on, you run away from it so much that you run down there to the casino, and then you run away from it so much that you run down there to go into other people's business and then go tell what it is that you heard about what they got going on. Let's talk about you for a little bit. Okay? Let's talk about what you got going on. But anyway, girl, because I could stay on Eric a little too much long, okay? Anywho, JoJo saw this beautiful home. Unfortunately, he took Messy E with him, and the house was gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest. I was like, damn, can JoJo afford this? I don't know what's in that man's pockets. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole company across the way. So I don't know what that man got. He probably did some good investments. His daddy probably gave him some good advice on what to invest in and all that. Whatever. He got access to things I ain't got access to. But I did wonder, can he afford that house? The house is beautiful. And I did say he better put a motherfucking offer in that house before he leave. Don't be coming over here in vain and not put no offer in. Period. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. All right. Nice house. Vanessa done had that surgery that she wanted to have in her midsection. She looked great. I didn't notice a whole lot of a difference. I feel like if she would have never mentioned she had that surgery, I probably would not have noticed it, because I really feel like she looked the same before and she looked good. But body dysmorphia is something else, girl. You feel what I'm saying? So I get it, honey. I can relate. We see each other. Anyway, so we learned that Cree has been going through a lot. She tells us about that. She says that her energy has been off because she's been dealing with family passings back to back to back, okay? And I felt bad for her. Like, that's sad. She lost her grandmother. Shortly after that, her cousin passed. And then now her granny is on her way out. She's transitioning because she no longer wants any of the treatment from, for the cancer. So she is going to pass if she has yet to pass. I hope that she doesn't. I hope that she's doing better. But I don't know, okay? I have to go over there on Cree's page to get a checkup and see how her grandmother is doing. But yeah, so she's been going through a lot. So when she went to what's the show? Not the show, but when she went to, I think it was Lazy Bones' house, she was just not even there really all the way. Like, she wasn't really in the mood. And I also see where she gets to Brianna's event, and we'll discuss that more later. She didn't seem like she was in the mood. Cree, it's giving you need the coin. And I'm not going to fault you on that, right? I'm not going to fault you on that. You being on television and you booking certain things definitely makes the price go up on top of the check that you're getting from growing up hip hop. I get that. But it's coming off very apparent that you just don't want to be there. You just lie, and it doesn't make you look good. I understand you got a lot going on, but to the audience, when you're acting like that, it's like, if you don't want to be there, why you there then? Because if anything, you're only going to make the audience dislike you more than what they are. And I understand that it's laughable to say that you're the villain of the show, but honestly, it does not feel good, truly, to be the villain of the show and to look left and to look right and seeing all these negative comments. And some people may get it right, and a lot of people are going to get it wrong because they don't like you, and that's just how they are, and that's what they want to do. So it's like you're not giving them another narrative anyway, so they're going to ride off of that one. So you just got to be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Get that together, because I don't like that. I don't like that. That ain't cute. But anyway, let's get to Tanise and Aaliyah. Okay, first of all, I'm just not realizing that Eric's fiance's name is, or wife's name is Aaliyah. And I was like, oh, okay, so I already know that you was named after the Aaliyah, okay, the singer, because it was given AALIYAH, okay? I said, girl, you got two A's? automatically you was named after her. But let's keep going. So Tanise is not Tanise, but Aaliyah is tired of Eric's gambling, and I was wondering about that. And I said him going down there losing the kids' money makes me wonder how she feels about that, because if he ain't got it all, when does the weight fall on you as a wife? Okay, that's what I'm wondering. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So anywho, she goes on to let us know that this man be coming in the house at 4 and 5 a.m. Bitch, are you crazy? Girl, first of all, the fact that he does that repeatedly for me personally shows so much disrespect for you. And you just navigate and go along, and it gives me, you go along to avoid arguments with him like it's fine. I wish my husband would come in my house at 4 or 5 in the morning if he ain't working. 4 or 5 in the morning and I got to get these kids up at 6. Well, since you up and since you walked in the door, let me stay my mother sleep. Cause you already up, you got it. Soon as you walked in this door, you must have walked through this motherfucking door being prepared to get these kids ready for school and to see them the fuck off. Because did y'all catch last episode when or whenever episode it was, we was at Eric's house, Missy East's house, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta go do this. I gotta take such and such. She got a birthday party, whatever." And he was talking about how he wasn't gonna go or he wasn't gonna take his kids somewhere to go to a birthday party or whatever. As much time as you be in that mother casino and I be over here with these kids, you better go get the motherfucking keys, crank that car and put that child in it and take her there and let me know she made it to her fucking destination. That's how much I know. Because if you got time to ride down there, you got time to take your kids to where they need to go. Hello? So I'm like, girl, Miss Aaliyah, you need to figure out which foot you finna put down. And if you need to jump, you need to jump on both of them hoes. Because you need to put them down, because I'm not understanding. It's not making sense. Sue me. What else she says? When Tanise is over there talking to her, like, well, girl, like, what do you tell him about the money? Like, no, I'm just trying to understand, like, so, because, I would try to talk to JoJo about the coin. And then, oh, girl, Aaliyah was like, well, what should I say? I mean, let's talk about it. Like, I mean, if it was JoJo, and you told him, like, hey, babe, we can't be spending that much money, then, I mean, like, what would JoJo's response be if he ends up checking you? So if he checks you and tell you this is my money, what you finna say? Girl, no, ma'am. You ain't finna check me about a thing. You hear me? I don't give a fuck who money it is. But I was with Tanise when Tanise was like, but if we sharing the bills or whatever the case is, if it's our money together, however it works out for you and your marriage and however it fits, I don't give a fuck if my husband is paying all the bills, whatever it is. Like, don't be doing that, mother. I'm not gonna like that, because here's the thing: if the roles were reversed, and I was out there doing all of that, whether you pay all the bills, whether you didn't, whatever the case was, he wouldn't like it. If Aaliyah was out there doing exactly what it was that he's doing, he would not like that. So for me, it just bothers me, because it's like this man literally has no respect. He has no respect. And girl, I don't, BIT, girl, you a good one. You a good one. I hope you don't feel stuck because you got them kids, but girl, you a good one. And it just makes me think, if he's willing to come in the house, first of all, check you about his money, because it ain't yours, it's his, likely dictates to you how you should spend your money, and then turns around and be in the casino all the time, and then don't come home until 4, 5 in the morning. BIT, you a good one. It just makes me think, if he's doing all of those things, I can imagine what other areas he's disrespecting you in. Girl, no. But he got time to be in everybody else's business, but ain't got time to be in his own house. Let's keep going, okay? The girl's over there looking at some stuff. Aaliyah, no, I don't even know what Tanise was talking to her about. But then Aaliyah brings up the fact that they may be moving to LA. And Tanise is like, girl, what the hell is you talking about? She was like, I mean, but Eric just told me that JoJo put an offer in. She was like, didn't y'all put an offer in? Tanise is like, girl, we ain't put no damn offer in. Girl, we are here. We not moving nowhere. What are you talking about? Like, what? That pissed me off so much. I hate that the producers are doing y'all like this, because I know they tell y'all to bring this stuff up. And girl, it just makes us get angrier with y'all, because it's like, first of all, Messy E, you, sir, knew that this was going to be a surprise to Tanise if his offer was accepted. You knew that. But you went and you told Aaliyah, and I hate that you did not tell Aaliyah to not tell Tanise, because she rolled it off her tongue so well, as though you was just telling her because you gossip like that, right? You gossiping to your girl and she just rolled it off her tongue and just, y'all put an offer in. Like, how did you have that conversation with her, Eric? For her to just assume that Tanisha knew all about this, because you already knew what it was. That just pissed me off so much. So now Tanisha's over here upset with JoJo. She get home. She mad with JoJo. JoJo tries to explain everything to her. And she started to understand, but she was overwhelmed because she's not ready to move yet. She wants to move, yes, but she's realizing what comes with moving. What comes with moving is not having family and friends near you. Okay? What comes with moving is not having a sitter. What comes with moving is having to relearn a new area. Okay? What comes with moving, girl, is having to learn them back roads, because let me tell you something. I bet you the mother highway over there in LA is a fool. Okay, worse than ATL is a fool. Do you hear me? So a lot comes with you relocating. I feel like, as great as it can be, it can also be depressing at times. You know, when you feel like you're stuck in the house with the kids and you trying to figure out stuff and figure out places to go. JoJo, the one that really know everybody because he's already plugged in because of his dad. The only person you got there is Vanessa, if that. So you have to make your own friends. Then you probably gonna become friends with whoever Vanessa friends are. So I feel like it's a lot. It's gonna be a major adjustment for Tanise. And Tanise already went through a lot after they had their son. So I don't know. I don't know if they ready for LA just yet. I mean, I don't know. Either that or he gonna have to be bi-coastal. I don't know. He gonna have to figure something out. But either way, good luck. Let's keep going, okay? Because we have to get to the gauntlet. Cree came to the gauntlet already seeming like she didn't want to participate. Brianna met them with shots. If y'all noticed, before they cropped it out, before they edited it, Cree did not take that shot. Everybody took a shot, and Cree took her shot and was looking like, where can I sit this, because I'm not taking it. Therefore, it makes me think either she's on a no alcohol diet, either she doesn't drink, or Cree, are you possibly pregnant, or what? Maybe she was having a procedure getting done and she can't drink alcohol. Whatever it was, I feel like that probably could have been explained. But because she don't really F with them like that, it's like, I ain't got to tell you none of my business. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Also, I'm wondering, was Cree actually invited? So that also could make her feel away, but it's kind of like, why come? I know you want to be there with Vanessa because Vanessa wanted to have a +1. So if you arrive with Vanessa and that's your +1, or at least you're the +1, maybe that's why you went, but you still could feel away not getting an actual invite from her. I don't know. So then Sakoya speaks on her mom and her dad and lazy. First of all, Sakoya, shut the fuck up, girl. As cute as you are, really like you. Don't care nothing about it, okay? Like I've been saying in the past reviews, girl, your mama and your daddy been separated for a minute, okay? Ain't no telling how your daddy has dogged your mama out. I don't know if he has or hasn't, okay? If he has, I'm not surprised, being who he is as a celebrity, okay? I would not be surprised. Mama is at a place where I don't give it. I'm done. I'm leaving, okay? She has separated from this man 2 years ago, and it's very clear. I don't know how I see this in a short amount of time, and you with your mama all the time, and you don't see that she's never, ever, ever getting back together with your daddy. Like, let it go. Your daddy, you FaceTimed him. He seemed perfectly fine. You were over there asking your daddy forced ass questions that production told you to ask. And it just looked very awkward because daddy was cool. Like, I don't even know why you stressing this or acting like this. Like, girl, we already know what's going on. Like, it's all good. Like, whatever. You just trying to make this a storyline. But I don't care about what your mama and Lazy Bone got going on. That's a Lazy Bone storyline. What do you have going on? Tell us more about you. Maybe you could talk about your kid. We see some of the other folks' kids. Maybe you could let us see your child, or maybe not. Or maybe you could let us know about the relationships you got going on, or the businesses you working on, or something. Girl, stop talking about your mama and your zitty and lazy. Okay? Because I couldn't be your mama. Because I've been to course you out. You're not going to tell me what to do. Come go over here on this man. What's going on? Okay? You grown. I raised you. Okay? You got your own kid to raise, squaw. All right, I hope he don't come at you about who you date later on. You know what I'm saying? We're like, girl, listen, go sit down, girl. Anyway, let's move on. So in this moment, when she's talking about her mom, read the room, Cree. Read the room. If you already know these ladies are fake as hell, your words, and these ladies probably don't like you, your words, I wouldn't say a whole lot of nothing. But then it just depends on the conversation too. You know what I'm saying? But in that conversation, I'm probably going to just do some looking like, okay. I'm going to be testing the waters. I'm going to be doing a lot of observing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's why I'm. I may add my 2 cents in here or there, but in that I'm just listening. But Cree, you added again unwanted advice. Cree jumps in and asks her to make it make sense. Is the issue that your parents are divorcing? Or that they're separated? Because that's my question. Is the issue that they separated or that they divorced? It shouldn't matter. Or that they're getting a divorce. It shouldn't matter because it's on its way. Like, why are you making this a big deal? Now, Cree, I'm with you on that all day long. I do feel like Sakoya is putting 3,000 on one for sure. Okay. However, what you followed up with was like, ow, how? Wait a minute. Some people will take that wrong. Some people won't take it wrong. I feel like I understand where you were trying to go, but I do think that you used the wrong example. So you said, okay, your mom, you're talking about the things that your mom, that you don't like. You feel like, because she asked her, she said, make it make sense. Sequoia says, well, I feel like before she starts another relationship, she should end one. Although I see where she's coming from, in all honesty, that's really not everybody's situation realistically. Like, it's just not. Sometimes divorces cost. Sometimes they take forever, right? It's shit. We seeing this with Kenya Moore. And as much as I would want her to, because I had those same sentiments at one point as well. And as much as I would want Kenya Moore to get the divorce first, then go out here and date, girl, that man, girl, get out here and get up on a new one. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. So that's how I feel about her mom. So she explained that that's the process she thinks. She thinks her mom should wait. So you mean to tell me even if it means 5 years from now, she should just wait before she can date? Girl, no, ain't nobody living that long. Girl, I'm finna live now, period, okay? In addition to that, I feel like Sequoia has this hope that her parents are going to get back together, and her mom not dating only helps her with the thought process of maybe they'll get back together. So if she's not dating, maybe it doesn't look like the chances are less. Maybe I can go back to the normal life that I used to have type thing. Not happening. Okay? So then this is where Cree comes in and says, because your mom could be mad at you for having a child out of wedlock, etc. I mean, she could be mad at you for having a child inappropriately. That's where I felt like that was not a great example. What Cree was trying to say was that there are things that your mother could also be upset with you about because you did not follow the proper protocol to do certain things, right? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be a child out of wedlock, but I see where Cree was trying to go. But I do think that's not that statement that you said, that was wrong. That wasn't it, ma'am. That wasn't it. That's a very sensitive topic for women that have actually had children. And Cree, from my understanding, does not have any children. I do know that she had an abortion, and I think she could have mentioned a miscarriage. Don't quote me. But Cree has not actually had any children out of wedlock, okay? That could have possibly been her. I don't know if she would have went through with the pregnancy. I don't know. Maybe the guys would have proposed to her before the baby actually being born. Not sure, but she has not fully been a mother with with a child out of wedlock, right? So I just feel like ultimately, I just wanted to clear that up. But ultimately, I don't think you should have said that. I think you should have used a better example. Because even if we are speaking about that, we can't even relate the two for real. A person dating somebody while they're still married versus a child being born out of wedlock type thing. We can't really relate the two, but I see what you were trying to do. You were trying to just explain how her mom may be upset about how she went about doing certain things as well, okay? So she feels like her mom should be given a little grace. I don't even think her mom should be given grace. I just think that Sequoia should mind her fucking business, like a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's your mama, but here's the thing. I feel like if that man was doing wrong by your mom, then that's where a lot of conversation will come into play. Just because you don't want her to date a rapper because of how they are, that's not enough for me, because singers are just as bad as rappers. Not saying your dad is, but I'm using the example of what you're saying. I don't want her to date a rapper. I know how rappers are. Well, you should know how KC is. Ain't he your uncle or whatever? Because, girl, he was out here doing all kind of shit. Girl, did you talk to Mary? Did you talk to Mary J? Because, girl, he was out here doing all kind of shit. From what I heard, okay, so girl, don't even give me that. All right, all of them are near the same. From the basketball player, don't you got a child by a basketball player or something like that? Anyway, from the basketball player, from the entertainers. Girl, they damn near one and the same. Girl, cut it out. Cut it out. You're not gonna do that, okay? And then here's the gag: the men that ain't even in the entertainment or in any of those spaces have the audacity to be on the same shit. Okay, ain't got damn piece of clout to their name, and they be out here on the same shit. So, girl, cut it out. Okay, your thing is you want your parents together, and it's dead. Let it go. Okay, so there's that. All right. So when Miss when Miss Cree says this to Sakoya, I said, bitch. Like, girl, no, she didn't say that. So this Sakoya says, Cree, don't play with me, girl. I flip this whole don't play with me. I flip this whole table over on your ass, girl. I don't play like that. I don't play like that. So then this leads Bree to hop in. And Bree says, what's the issue? What's the issue? Cree says she ain't got no issue with nobody and that she's just waiting for the question that Brianna has. When I tell you, I was chuckling. I said, yeah, what is the question, though, for real? Like, what is the question, man? What's the question? What is it? So then Bree was trying to get an understanding and saying that she can relate. I felt Bree on that because Bree, again, was trying to make a connection with Cree the same way, in my opinion, Cree was trying to make that connection earlier on with Sakoya. And just like Sakoya didn't connect then, Cree is not connecting now. I don't think Bree meant any harm, but Bree comes off bullheaded the same way that Cree does. And she was just trying to, let her know, like, I can relate. Like, if you need somebody to talk to, like, what's going on? Did somebody do something? Like, I can help you work through that stuff because I've been through it and I've been through worse than you when it comes to this cast, okay? So that's where she was coming from. Cree says that she doesn't know anyone because I think that Brianna was trying to let her know, like, you don't know anybody, coming into this circle can be very interesting. I know how it was for me, yada, yada, yada. And then Cree was like, yeah, I don't know anyone. And it's like, Cree, you had an attitude from the moment you walked in there. And I understand you got a lot going on, but understand if you didn't want to be there, dear heart, you didn't have to. You didn't have to. I know you wanted to go there, collect your check, girl, do what you got to do. Let me film this piece and then head out. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you didn't want to be there and it was apparent. So don't ever make it seem like you were there trying to be in good energy, good sport, all of that. You weren't. You were tripping right out the gate, to be honest. And it really could have been resolved right out the gate when you didn't even want to take the shot. And Brianna kind of gave you a funny look, but she just let it ride like it is what it is, okay? And when they played the game and she was like, have you ever stuck your nose in anybody's business? And they're saying, Brianna said Cree should have drunk. Cree was right. Everybody in there should have been drinking. Every single person in there should have been drinking. Okay, that's what y'all do on this show. But Cree didn't drink. So I don't know if Cree had already told y'all or at least Cree told the producers, hey, I'm not drinking. I don't know which one, but I mean, girl, that's what it was given. She's not drinking. Anyway, let's keep going. So Cree says that she don't know anybody in this group. She says, but I'm gonna tell you right now, she says, I'm just a straightforward person. And if we having a conversation, then I'm gonna talk. Like if that's what it is, I'm just gonna talk. So from that conversation, Bree was clicking like, okay, so basically what you're saying is you don't want to be here because the only reason you're here is likely because production forced you to be here. And because y'all have started a conversation, she's gonna make sure that she add, some type of commentary to the conversation or whatever the case is. So when Bree was like, why are you here? She said, because Vanessa wanted me to come or whatever. All in all, TT hops in the conversation. I don't like TT like that. I really don't. Like, I'm just not crazy about her. I don't think I've ever been crazy about TT. I just never have. Like, I don't know. And I think what bothers me about TT sometimes, and maybe it's the way that she comes off, that I don't even know how to say it. Like, I just feel like sometimes, TT, you're not about the life you try to show people. Like, you're not, like, the way you came at Cree, like, girl, you're not even about that life, like, chill. You only got about that life because you saw Brianna will get hyped up and she'll get hyped up on your behalf. Like, calm down. Like, girl, you're not a fighter. Like, you're not one of them girls type things. Like, chill out. Like, it's okay. You ain't even have to add your 2 cents into this conversation. But anyway, so TT asked, why does she always have a slick? She said, why do you always have a slick ass comment under your tone? First of all, BIT, don't say shit to me because I'm not even talking to you. But if you want to be talked, girl, I will talk and walk the shit out your. It's like, don't say nothing to me. Like, it was something about that. Like, first of all, you want to jump in the conversation, then you want to cuss at her. I don't care about what nobody say. Hop in the comments, feel away, have a great day. I was definitely not featuring TT. Like, girl, just shut up. I'm only here for Bree and Cree going at it. Be quiet. And if Sakoya would have jumped in, I would have thoroughly understood it. Okay? So then Cree was ready to get on that ass, baby. So then TT tells Cree that her presence annoys her. She was like, I mean, like, yeah, you came in with a funky attitude. You came in. She said something. Then she says, but again, yeah, of course, your presence annoys me. Baby, when Cree fired back and told her, yeah, your presence annoys me and your leave out, bitch, I'll holler. Because when they showed TT in the confessional, it was so funny because her leave out was not blending. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have those days, girl, we do. But it was just the fact that I felt like production was being shady and they knew that they were going to discuss that moment and they at least could have at least blended her hair. Like you saw her hair sticking up and stuff. And I was just like, So when she says, and your leave out bothers me too, I thought that was so funny. And let's be honest, nobody laughed for real, because they didn't want to laugh in TT's face. TT knew she even wanted to laugh, girl. It was funny. All right. So she ate her up. And then she says, and on that note, I'm out. So then Cree leaves. Okay. They ask Aaliyah if that's her friend. Let me tell y'all, I loved Aaliyah's response. Just because y'all don't like somebody, y'all think this person shouldn't like them either. Bitch, that's your issue. Okay. You don't like that person. That ain't got shit to do with me. Okay. Let's be very clear. I love that. They said, that's your friend. She was like, I mean, girl, my friend. She was like, I mean, I like her. I ain't got no issue. I have no issue with this girl. I loved it. Meaning, whatever y'all got going on, keep that over there. If y'all think I'm finna choose a side, that's not what I'm here to do. Girl, I want some peace. I'm chilling. I ain't got nothing to do with it. When I hang with you, I want to hang with you. And I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And when I hang with her, I want to hang with her. And I ain't got nothing to do with this. So, period. I loved it. I was like, you better have that response, girl. This ain't got to do with me, okay? And pretty much she was like, she offended y'all, not me. Go on. Go away from me with this. So, what else? Okay. So, Cree. When Cree started bringing up Sakoya, talking about her mom and stuff and how things didn't make sense, I was here for Cree on that, okay? I agree with the whole putting an emphasis on her mom, getting a divorce and stuff. Like, girl, let it go. I agree with that, right? What else? Brianna goes outside. She talks with Cree. Cree tells her that she's very straightforward. She says that she was on good energy. You absolutely were not on good energy. I don't know what the hell you had going on, but you were not on no good energy. And I hope that we don't see you like that on the coming episode, but I feel like we are. I don't know why you don't like these girls. Whatever Brianna said on IG, it's really not that deep. It's not. Brianna talks shit about everybody. Like, that's just what she does. Sometimes she watches the show. She may review. She may talk about it, discuss it as though she's a viewer herself. That's just what it is. Like, it don't have to be that deep. And once y'all get past this point, y'all probably are going to be really good friends. Like she and TT. Because at one point, TT and Brianna were not good friends, okay? I do feel like if Vanessa was still there, I feel like TT would have never said anything to Cree. I don't know why. I feel like she probably would have tried to act like she was on some mature girl type stuff, but I don't think she would have said anything to Cree. But let's keep going. So, Brianna, as they're talking, you know, Brianna asks Cree, why are you here? Cree is like, oh, I'm here because this person invited me, whatever. Cree, why did you tell that girl when she was trying to talk to you, you said you got 2 minutes? And then when the girl checked you about it, said, this is the condescending stuff I'm talking about, you want to sit up here and say, oh, but that you got 2 minutes till my ride come. Then say that. Don't sit up there and try and check me and be like, you got 2 minutes. Okay, and if I'm here for 4 minutes, then what's up? What you finna do? You finna walk off? You finna go and get in the car? Or something like, what the hell? Like, a girl, I'm trying to have a conversation. And how you know what I got to say won't take nothing but 30 seconds. But you over here telling me you got 2 minutes. What? Like, yeah, I probably would have cussed Cree the hell out at that part. Like, girl, I don't know who you talking to like that. Like, girl, I ain't even come out here on that type of energy with you. I'm trying to find out what's going on with you. But it's obvious that you may have issues connecting with other women or something. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, don't come in. I ain't do shit to you. Yeah, I said what I said on social media. It probably was not right. But in this moment, we're talking about something completely different. Don't tell me that I only have 2 minutes to talk when I'm trying to make amends and clear some stuff up. Don't do that to me. Okay? So I feel like Cree was definitely wrong when she told that girl she only got 2 minutes. If it's because your car gonna be here in 2 minutes, because that's what I'll say. I'll be like, okay, my car gonna be here in 3 minutes, but we definitely could talk. I'll let you go. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been like that. Like, I don't get it. But anyway, so Brianna just felt the way when basically Brianna thought that Cree came to her event because that's what she wanted. Only to find out that Cree actually came to the event because Vanessa wanted her to. So because of that, Brianna decided that she was going to disinvite Cree to any future events, period, since they can't seem to have better communication with one another. I can't even say that I was really mad at that. I'm like, girl, it is what it is. I don't think Cree's gonna give a damn. I feel like Vanessa's still going to invite and bring her along to other events, so y'all definitely will run into each other. But it is what it is. So I mean, hey, you don't want to have her around. She don't want to be around. Cool. So I guess we won't be seeing y'all together. But girl, this is an interesting beef here, honey. And it's just so funny that last year Brianna was on none of that. Even when she saw Cree getting in the people's ass. Last season, Brianna was on some woo woo. I ain't got nothing to do with that. La, 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 la. And then now y'all on some other stuff. But I feel like Brianna probably was in that space where she was just gonna be cool with everybody. It's just that Cree was still feeling a way about some things that Brianna said on social media, so she brought it to the forefront, and they had an exchange of words or whatever. And then here we are. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, cause see that's weird because Brianna was mad that Cree didn't speak to her a few episodes ago, and then Cree was like, "Oh, I ain't even know if I should or whatever because you were already talking mess about me on social media." So, was there already beef, girl? I don't know what the hell going on. That's all I got. Y'all leave your thoughts and comments down below, honey. I'm Jamie. That's me. Be sure to like the video over on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All that great jazz, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.